Hey everyone, it's Mary. I have some huckleberries that need to be harvested. It's the first time, I'm harvesting huckleberries. I don't really know much about it other than you gotta wait for the fruit to get soft enough, like tender enough. Also, I'm wearing mix match flannels. It's a nice rainy October day and it's finals week, so I'm comfy. That's what I have to say about that. But it's raining, sprinkling currently, and I have my phone out here. So ideally I should make this quick when it comes to picking and see. Yeah, ideally I should be quick about this. So far, this week has been, I don't know, eventful, I guess. It's been a slower week, it seems like. That's nice. Last week my freezer went out, which made me lose more food since my refrigerator went out in springtime. Now my freezer went out, so I've lost all my food. That was not fun. So these really don't just pick off nicely. Maybe, I don't know. Like they're still having the stems left on them. I don't know if there's some trick that I don't know to this or what. Again, I've never grown huckleberries. You can make jams out of them and preserves and stuff, so that's cool. It really is kind of chilly out here. Oh shoot. I know the green berries, I accidentally picked a green berry. Those are poisonous. These are poisonous if they're not fully ripe. So, mental note that, you know. I've already started looking at seed deals for next year that I want to buy, which now is the time to be placing seed orders. I get it's like the season just ended, but like, all reality, it tis be the time. So here's a little interesting section. It's like, so a bug got all these, and now it's like just tons and tons of seeds. So let's hope it just reseeds itself and I don't even need to replant this next year. I enjoy when things just replant themselves and I don't have to be concerned with making sure that I start more seeds. But you know, you don't ever know if they made it until that spring, so you probably already started them. So look what I just found. It's one of these massive freaking worms. I can't believe how long that is. That's crazy. I typically, if I find those in my garden, I will pick them off and take them over to the chickens. Because they cause, I believe they're hornworms, which makes sense. Since it has, oh man, where was that worm at? Ah. Whew. Oh gosh, just shaking it all around. Since he does have like a horn on his butt, that little red thing is a horn. They can cause quite some damage to like tomato plants and stuff. Ooh, I'm on like a hill. Sorry about that. But let's not let them crawl on your body. So they typically cause quite a bit of damage to like tomato plants, but this isn't in my garden. He's cool. He can live his life out here. I ain't sweating it whatsoever. So I feel like I'm just kind of starting to grab these off in clusters if the clusters are all completely ready to be picked. Just because that seems like no matter how I pick it, there's still like stems left on the situation. So I'm still going to have to pick them off. But if I just pick a cluster like at a time and just know I'll have to do that when I go inside and in drier conditions, that'd be cool. So that's what. Ooh. Oh, that was a bug in my hair. Okay. I don't know if I've already said this, but you can make jam and jelly out of this, and that's one of the things I'd like to try to do with these berries. Oh, that was a spider! Alright. We're gonna... It was like there was a spider web in the cluster, and then I touched it, and then the spider down. It's like, that one maybe I'll be more. I really just don't even want to touch those. You know, the spider can win some berries. Have fun. Enjoy. I still have 2 more plants to pick after this. Which this is the biggest one I've grown. There's definitely a thorn weed. Horse nettle is a rampant weed that we have up here. So we get I'm on to my second plant to pick. And I'm noticing I actually think I have 2 more after this. But this is totally one of those plants where like it said poisonous, like caution poison on the website. Because I think I got it from like Baker Creek or... No, I think it was Baker Creek. So it was definitely concerning. Don't tell me something's poisonous. Like, makes me nervous. But, like, do you know how many things we grow that, or just is around us, is poison? Like, horse nettles is poisonous. But, you know, you don't have to eat it when it is poisonous. Just one of those things that you get, like, nervous about, and you're like, ooh. So, this year I was like, I'm gonna grow it. I've had these seeds for probably 3 years. The one time it did grow, I was like, I'm gonna ignore it so hard. I don't wanna touch it. Bit of an overreaction, I would say. But I feel like sometimes, you know, as long as you're being smart about it and not eating it. I get if you have small children around, this could be, you know, a more nerve-wracking of a thing to do. But I don't know, growing plants is just fun. Something I just like to do. So I did it. And now I feel more confident that I can eat these berries and probably not die. So, or unalive myself, because I feel like that's a no-no word on here from what I can tell from other people's information, you know. So, also some of these berries still have, like, they're still green. So, it'll be curious to see how long into the cold weather, if they're frost hardy. I didn't look at that information. So, it'd be curious to see if they are cold hardy, frost hardy, or if, like, when the berries start falling off in this process. I thought that was a bug in my hand. I was not excited about that. You can see my pumpkin patch behind me. I still need to harvest that and make decisions of what I'm keeping, what I'm taking over to my neighbors, which I need to do that sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to try to get my friend who wants to bring her kids over on Sunday. But then it's like, do I pick the pumpkin patch before then so I can take it over to my neighbors, or do I wait till after they come? Doesn't matter. Probably not. But I'm going to overthink it because that's who I am. So, you know, so what I do. You don't know, but let me tell you, it's what I do. So I think I found, since we have this angle, I think I found a website that I've never bought from before, so I'm going to take a gamble. But that tree line that you can see, there's like an opening, like there's a tree here and a here and then here, but there's an opening there. That's my property line border, and one day I would like to take over the fields, because those are mine, and start doing, I mean, you could say organic farming, but like lazy farming, because that's who I am. Let nature do nature. And I would like I don't spray my stuff with anything, but I would like to not have the farmer next door, when he sprays his stuff, to affect my stuff. So, like, I would like to put more trees in that, like, space there to help block, which that's going to take some time. And I'm still going to eat the things that grow here. Holy crap, 2 plants. This is how many berries we got. This is a 8-cup measuring cup. So that's pretty cool. So now you can see my full outfit. Stylish, yeah. So it's this plant And then that plant, I don't know if the brightness keeps doing something weird or what have you. Yeah, it does look like it keeps doing something weird. I don't really know how to fix that issue. But so, I found some website that, maybe if I keep my face up, the brightness won't do the weird thing. Found some website that's having like a buy one, get one on trees. And so potentially all of my friends close their ears so they don't judge me. But you can get like 24 arborvitae for like $100 and some, and it seems too good to be true. But if you're doing like an end of the year buy one get one sale, like it makes sense. But also, and I know I'll only be getting like maybe a foot tall twigs. People ever bought trees before and you just get the twigs? Like I know that's the reality of what I'll be buying, but like I can put them in buckets and get them started in the house and try to grow them taller and get them more established before I put them out there on that line. Because I think next year I would like to focus more on, this year I tried to do the pumpkin patch. You know, I'm going to say this and then be like, well, this year I tried to make a pumpkin patch and like it happened, but like, also, did I get everything I needed to get done with it done? No. But also, on my last like bush or so to pick, I had to get a new phone. I feel like I've talked about this. It stops recording when it's tired of you talking that long, apparently. So, I need to go. I just talked so much about so many different things and like my plans for next year. All these other things that now I need to go see what all it caught and what it didn't catch and try to have that conversation again and make it make sense. So that's super cool. I really don't like this new phone. I'm glad it's working. I'm glad I have a phone. But that's really annoying. So it sounds like there's like a plane right above me, but I don't see anything. But also, look at this little pumpkin. Isn't that just like the funnest little thing? I'm gonna add it to my front porch misfit thing. So I would say this is another 5 cups, which is awesome. So now I have 13 cups of huckleberries. So there's the 13 cups in a rogue pumpkin. And then here's some plants that I always forget about. So I'm glad they're still doing okay. Shampoo ginger. I think that one's medicinal ginger, and then turmeric. So that's fun. I should probably do something with those, but I don't know what I should do with those. So, okay, so we make huckleberry jam. Yeah, huckleberry jam. I always get jam jelly confused. But I've gotten 4 cups without stems of the berries, and we're gonna go get started. Okay, so I have my sauce. Dumped the 4 cups of the berries in there, and you add 4 cups of sugar to that, which I'm washing my 1 cup. So I'm going to use 8 of these half cups. So I already have concerns. I believe that was 8. Probably right. I was counting. My big pan is being washed. So it's my next biggest pan. We'll see what happens, right? I have 4 tablespoons of water. It seems like there should probably be a lot more water than that in this, but alright. And then it says to stir constantly. So, I don't know how this is going to work out. You know, this is why we're not doing it all at once. We're going to try things first. Because it says bring to boil over medium heat to high heat, stirring constantly. But, like, there's hardly any fluids in here to bring to a boil. So, 4 cups berries, 4 cups sugars, and 4 tablespoons water. Yep, I did what it... Okay. We're just going to trust the process for a little bit and probably make a giant mess. So that's super cool. So yesterday while I was picking berries, I was starting to have, oh my gosh, conversation about my plant goals for next year. Part of it is buying, oh my gosh, 24 trees to plant on the west side border. And then I would like to take time to I have my garden set up a specific way, but I've also allowed things to just grow. So I have a strawberry patch inside my garden, and I've neglected my garden this year, and the strawberries have really taken over. Trigger is right behind my feet, so that's lovely. I really want to add more water to this, but I'm trusting the process, I guess. So I don't know if I should reanalyze garden space or recalibrate or something with that. And then I would like to finish working on the pumpkin patch. Because, there were areas I didn't fully get done. Some of those areas, gosh. I don't know about this situation. It does seem like there's more fluids occurring, but I don't know, man. Starting to scorch the bottom even. Starting to turn purple, that's fine, you can see that, okay, cool. But then I also have, so in my pumpkin patch, I've kind of thought about doing a yarrow spot. Yarrow. And then I also thought about doing, oh my gosh, Trigger. He just keeps rolling back onto the back of my heels, and that drives me insane. Doing an asparagus patch, just to kind of start getting the hang of growing asparagus. I enjoy asparagus. But kind of get that going, but also maybe do some grains over there. But I'm not sure. But then I have 3 other spots that I started, which one borders the stuff's happening in here, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I had another spot that I had made last year where it was a bunch of snapdragons, and I randomly threw in basil in that area. It's starting to get more like a liquefied, but still not. I have an area along like the field that is snapdragons, basil, and then I threw something in this year at the end of it, but I don't remember. That other spot that has the amaranth rose, I have yarrow there, I have canterbury bells there, I have some other pretty cut flowers. And then I have another section that has St. John's wort in it. Lavender, ideally, but maybe not. It has lemon balm in it also. And like, those things I would like to focus more on and getting like those kind of established and like planting more things, but also I'd like to add more grains to overwhelm myself or try my hand at it next year. And I would like to plant more culinary herbs, and I would also like to get some like calendula, and I've planted yarrow, but it's not the red yarrow, because apparently only the white yarrow is medicinal. I don't remember what the actual name of the, I think it's common yarrow is what it's called.
Jean Mary here. One of my videos ended up being, I don't know, not good. It only played 2 of the 9 minutes because my phone will only let me record for 10-minute increments. So what I was trying to say, just to finish that thought, is I would like to work next year. My plant goals are to work on the west border where I'm going to plant the 24 trees. And I want to kind of rearrange slash focus slash finish the garden area that will need rearranging, because strawberries are taking over. My trees are finally growing in that area, so like it's turning more into a shade garden, sort of kind of in areas that like I need to consider that when planting. My pumpkin patch, I didn't fully finish that this year. It did great. I'm very grateful for my friends that helped me do that, but I would like to finish that. I thought about throwing an asparagus patch in there, possibly a grain patch, maybe some other plants. I don't know. Maybe just cut flowers. I don't know. Something I would like to think about. I have 3 other. One has snapdragons, and it's the on the border of my field and my yard. And it's got snapdragons. It has some basil plants that I grew. Um, there's some other random plant that's at the end, where it's like a turmeric or mm, mm, parsnip, maybe. I don't. It's a weird. Maybe that's not that weird of a plant, but it was weird for me to get. Because I don't use those things. I would like to, but I don't currently. So I think there was something else planted in there, but like my farmer does spray, and so it does come into my yard. So like that could be. Last time I checked, it doesn't do that well because it gets sprayed and killed. So maybe figuring out things that can survive there, or move that completely, or I don't know, something. And then I have 2 spots Then I have two other spots. One has St. John's wort in it, lavender in it. I've planted rhubarb a couple of times at the end of it. Um, lavender, lemon balm. And then there's another spot that has like amaranth in it and roses, a rose bush in it, baby's breath, Canterbury bells, hollyhock I think is in there. Zinnias are in there. And I would like to get those more established so it doesn't take me a long time to deal with those in the spring and planting them out and all that good jazz. Um, and I would like to get certain plants like to the point where they do just come back. Um, plants I would like to try to do are more culinary herbs and not more focused on doing, but like make sure I'm incorporating them in my planting. But culinary herbs, teas, uh, medicinal things, patches where it's like asparagus or rhubarb or man, I feel like there's another one. Asparagus, rhubarb. Ooh, I don't know. But like then to figure out where they would do best at and like do I want to put all of my tea flowers together or do I want to put my grains all together or do I want to maybe that was the other patch I was trying to think of. Or do I want to put so it's that game that I want to try to figure out this winter where like how do I jostle all these things together? Maybe I'll just take like a giant I don't know, maybe I'll just use these doors and be like I got sections with post-it notes and be like this is going in this area and this is gonna go in this area and like figure something out that I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's overall what I was trying to say. And then my technology and me are not friends to where then I had to finish this video out on my laptop. So enjoy the rest of this. So my phone technology man is not letting me record anymore. I things happened because my phone stopped recording. Things spill over on the stove. Just so I have this guy. It's got this guy. You can do that little number. I have the jars here. So this is typically how I do maple syrup. And ideally, I'm probably gonna make a mess. So, yep. And you're supposed to leave a half-inch space, which that's not what happened. Head space. I'm gonna do that little number. I never said I was a super clean person. Clearly. I feel like typically I have some type of cheesecloth in this, so there's not so much splashing happening and occurring. So there's that information also. Ooh, that one's hot. That one's hot. But I woke up the last 2 days at about 2 a.m. Finals week, so I got my final done this morning. That's super exciting. goodness. I'm gonna go help one of my friends at her house here in a little bit. Oh, I'm just creating such a mess. I hope I like this even. Um, but I thought it'd be oh so nice to take some jam over there with me to be like, hey, try this. There's quite a sticky mess that's occurring. Oh my gosh. You having a good time? So glad to hear that. You know, even if you're not. Mm, I mean, I hope you're having a good time, of course. So this is the berries that are left. See, that's so big of berries. I can't imagine that. Okay, that's delicious. Wow. Huckleberries are good. I've only tried like a berry out on the plant and I was like, oh, oh. So that's super exciting that these are super good. I even made the friend that I'm going to her house try the berry and we were both like, this is crap. Oh, we're super glad this is actually good. So I'm just gonna take a rag, wipe the tops of it, and like the recipe I used said that if it didn't fit, you can either use this as syrup or um, syrup, or you could reboil it again and try to make it better. Jars are so freaking hot. It's gonna be quite interesting because you are supposed to let them sit for a time period, and I'm probably gonna leave in the next 10, 15 minutes to go to my friend's house. And I plan on taking the small jar and being like, hey, try this. It's better, yeah. Put lids on them. You put lids on them. You tighten them down with rings. And then, that's so hot. A lot of times they'll seal themselves, but like if not, you can can them and follow proper. Has had huckleberry jam before. I'm probably gonna make people try these. Then, you know, so thanks for going on the journey with me. You should grow huckleberries because it's delicious.